Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Welcome everybody who is watching in, and hopefully the sound is working and we're all good. So, Jason and I and Jackie are here to lead you. You can stand at the parts where we say to stand if you'd like, and hopefully you've by now found the link for the prayer book through ccar.net/publications. And it was in the link for the video that we...
Correct, and you have two options for the link. One of the Sidurim is the full Siddur that we use with our normal page numbers, but if you are following along in the Shabbat version, you'll have a different page number, so we will remind you of those as well.
We'll give you 2 page numbers.
Yes.
Better safe than sorry. All right, let's begin with Ma Tovu, which is on 192 or page 74. Found on either page 82 or, page 80 or page 198. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'tzach v'bina l'havchin ben yom u'ben laila, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasar etzal hamayim, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzarei gaver, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten laya'ef koach, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Ma'avir Shena Me'enai, Unuma Me'afapai. Remove sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tselem Elohim, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorin, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Israel, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Ozer Yisrael b'gvura, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Ozer Yisrael b'tifara, who crowns Israel with splendor.
And we continue now with Kaddish, page 224. Yitkadav, Yitkadash me Rabba.
Amen.
Yivrach Yirutei v'yamlich malchutei.
B'chayechon uvyom echon u'chayechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kariv. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'lam me'almaya yitbarach.
Vishtabach, vipar v'traman v'itnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei Kedoshah
Brichu
le'olam min kol brachata v'shirata
Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma. Amen. We turn to page 226 as we stand for the Baruch Hu, also page 108 in the Shabbat version.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
We can continue on the next page, 228, with the words of Yotzer Or, as we thank God for creating light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer Or uvorei choshech Osei shalom uvorei et hakol Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim Uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam bechochma asita Mala ha'aretz kinyanecha Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu al shevach ma'aseh yadecha Va'al me'orei or she'asita yifa'arucha sela Or chadash al Tzion ta'ir V'nizkeh chulanu mehera le'oro
Baruch atah
Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot. We'll turn to page 230, and I invite you, if you are wearing a tallis, feel free to gather the fringes of the tallis as we read together the very bottom, the indented section of the page all together. Gather us in peace from the four corners of the earth, and lead us upright to your land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us, truly you drew us near to your great name, that we might acknowledge you, declaring you one in love. Praise be you, Adonai, who chooses your people Israel in love. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher ba'amo Yisrael be'ahava. 232. Shema Yisrael. Seated, and we continue with the Ve'ahavta, page 234 or 116. Et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, v'lechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha, Yuletotafot keinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lihiot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. We continue with Michamocha, page 240. Or 122. Kamocha, Neda Uberach Shmo.
Gal
We turn to page 242 or 124 for the Amidah, and I invite you to stand for our Amidah, including our silent prayer.
Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibur v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei HaKol, Bezocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ובדומך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. 248 or 130. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב היה את נביאך, וקרא זה על זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, לדור ודור נגיד קולך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג. עם קדשי שביעי כולם יספעו ויתענגו מטובך. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו, חמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה בראשית.
We continue on the top of page 253 or 135, reading together. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. We now take time for our own silent prayers, thoughts, and meditations.
Hava Nashira.
Jason, I am assured that we have more than a million online. We've got our Facebook Live, I believe, yes? And our live stream, so we've got like 100 million people watching. So that's more than a million. And there aren't that many Jews in the world.
We even had a minion for Torah study this morning.
You
too.
had more than a
We had
million.
more than
for
a
Torah
minion.
study. So let's do Torah.
Yes. We will continue on page 362 with Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah. And even though you are here virtually with us, we'll still get
there's
to
nothing virtual
to
about
share.
them.
We're all here. We're all gathered.
The Spirit is strong in these
via
people.
Via Kel Moshe.
There you
And
go.
he gathered them.
There you
So 362.
Ein kamocha ba'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha, malechutecha malechut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed, Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
Please stand.
Avarachamim heitiva v'rtzonecha et Zion tivnei chomot Yerushalayim tivnei chomot Yerushalayim ki vecham levad batachnu melech erapenisa Adon. Top of 364. Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu ehar kodesho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu ehar kodesho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu el ha'kodesho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu el ha'kodesho.
Please be seated. So this morning we will be reading from Vayakhel, which is Exodus chapter 35, verse 1 is where we'll be starting out. But to get us started, I want to think for a moment about the Psalms. In Psalm 13, the psalmist calls out the words Ad Ana 4 times in rapid succession. How long, Adonai, will you forget me always? How long will you hide your face from me? How long will I have cares on my mind, sorrow in my heart all day? How long will my enemy loom over me? My teacher, Rabbi Dr. Andrea Weiss, points to these verses to help us understand our current situation. Rabbi Weiss explains this plaintive phrase captures the unnerving, unknowable nature of any crisis, especially the coronavirus. How long will it last? How long will we be sequestered in our homes? How long will it be before we can return to school, to work? How long will we endure the devastating social and economic effects of this pandemic? We are blessed this week with a double portion of Torah with Vayakhel and Pikudei, and as the Israelites, our ancestors, are building the Mishkan, the tabernacle, to be God's holy dwelling place in the desert, the Israelite people must bring gifts. God implores them to bring the gifts of their heart, whatever they are motivated to bring. And among all the gifts, we learn in particular about one gift that the Israelite women brought that was God's favorite, the mirrors of copper, the marot tzivaot. And God says that these looking glasses, these mirrors, are the most precious of all the gifts contributed, because after a long, hard day of work, whether in the fields or preparing the home, our ancient Israelite ancestors could stand together with their families and look into these mirrors, sharing a moment together. We are told that we must bring whatever we can, our talents, our contributions, but more importantly, to bring ourselves, to show up. Behind the entirety of the building of the tabernacle is our architect, Bezalel, the artist and designer who ensures that all of the components and measurements are in order, and he orchestrates all of the moving parts. We take on the role for ourselves of Bezalel in our homes these weeks, stocking up on food and supplies that we may need, creating activities to keep our children entertained and engaged. If any of you have seen on Facebook all of the different schedules that people are coming up with for their kids, and making life function as close to normally as we possibly can. And when we do all of that, we channel the wisdom, the creativity, and the passion of Bezalel, who the rabbis tell us was only 13 years old when all of this took place. Yesterday, in a virtual get-together before Shabbat with the staff of ASU Hillel, our executive director, Debbie Junker-Kahl, reminded us of the tabernacle that our ancestors have built. The tabernacle was only a temporary structure. It was a temporary dwelling place for our ancestors to be with God as they wandered through the desert. And in Torah, as Moses directs the Israelites about all the different things they need to bring to build the tabernacle, we focus on what it is that we will contribute, just like the mirrors of copper that our ancestors brought. But we know that this too is only temporary. The Mishkan was never meant as a permanent solution. It was never meant as a permanent home. Building the tabernacle in the desert was what our ancestors needed to do at that time. Our desert today is our temporary homes of Zoom calls and live streams and FaceTimes with loved ones, Netflix binges, and all of our social media, all of our yearning to be together. We need to remind ourselves that we are still close to each other. We are still able to create sacred space. And as we yearn for a concrete community, we can be the ones to create that, like our ancestors did, in this temporary dwelling place, whatever that will look like. With a purpose to latch onto, we give meaning to our work and our lives overall. It's ironic that this week's portion begins Vayakhel, and Moses gathered them, on this Shabbat when we cannot gather as normal. As we find ways to connect, to look into our mirrors of copper, maybe the camera on the top of our laptops, those things that bring us together virtually, may we too, like our ancestors, respond and do what God has asked. Last night, Rabbi Khan explained Vayakel is hard to translate. The word Kehilah that we know, community, and Moses made them to be a community. Moses gathered them together. May we too create moments just to pause, to look into the mirror, to gather together, to appreciate one another, and to provide compassion and healing and strength for those around us. Psalm 13 continues, asking God to pay attention. Look down, respond to me, Adonai, my God, splash light in my eyes. My teacher, Rabbi Richard Levy of blessed memory, explains that after a time of silent reflection, our plea to God to respond, then there is a pause. Most of us, he writes, do not know how God will respond to us. Will it be a voice from heaven? Probably not. Even the rabbis in the Talmudic period did not expect voices from heaven. Will it be a sign in the sky, he asks? Again, probably not. We are told not to count on miracles. But it may be a sudden insight from inside us, an insight from the same place, perhaps where fear and doubt and unworthiness hide out. A passage from our reading or from a friend may come to mind. The view out the window may take on a new meaning. It may be an insight that brings a smile to our face, or tears to our eyes, or a sense that someone is splashing a bounty of light in our eyes, or it may just be more silence. The mood shifts, asking us to trust in God, raise our eyes up, look to God for help, knowing that we will find the strength to overcome the difficulties we face. And the psalm ends relieved. As for me, in your covenantal love, I trust. My heart rejoices in your victories. I will sing to Adonai, Ashira Ladonai. How have you splashed me with your love? Shabbat Shalom. We will now continue with the reading. As I mentioned, we are going to be reading from Vayakel, Exodus chapter 35, verse 1.
If you do have a copy of the Torah commentary at home, I can give you the page number, and Jason just, of course, gave you the citation as far as the chapter and the verse goes. But if you do have one of these books, we are going to be, you're reading right from the beginning. We are going to read on page 600, that's the Haftorah for last week. I'm going to go to this week's Torah portion. Page 612 if you have a commentary. And then when we're done with Torah, we will do our Mishaberach, our prayer for healing, for those who are in need of our prayers for healing on the Shabbat. And we will also eventually get to the blessing for the new month of Nisan, which begins on Thursday, this being Shabbat HaChodesh. I don't know if you mentioned that, did you?
I did not.
It is. It's the big month.
The big month.
It's Passover. So we're going to actually, we haven't checked on this. Did you prepare Haftorah? Because I was going to. Okay, so we're going to actually do the Haftorah for this special time. So I will lead the Torah blessing on behalf of our congregation. It is, of course, an honor to be called for an aliyah, and so we are honored to be together today, and we will say this blessing for the Torah today with the hope of honor and, as it is called, zechut, merit, that we may all merit better days to come through our acts and mitzvot.
You can find the blessing for the reading of the Torah, page 368, or page 250 in the Shabbat Siddur.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen. Vayakel Moshe et kol adat b'nei Yisrael vayomer alehem ele hadivarim asher tziva Adonai lasot otam sheshet yamim taseh melacha uvayom hashvi'i yihye lachem kodesh Shabbat Shabbaton l'Adonai Kol ha'osevo malacha yumat Lo teva'aru esh bechol moshvetechem beyom ha'shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen.
And let's take a moment to ask for God's blessings for healing on our loved ones. Mishaber Chavotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Motenu Yisrael v'Korach v'Leah Hu Yivarech v'Yirpeh et ha'cholim. If you wish to at this time say out loud in your home or in the comments write the name of someone who you would like us to pray for on this Shabbat, please do so. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Alehem Lachlimam Rafotam Lachseakam V'Yishlach Lahem Mehera Refuah Refuah Shlema Min HaShamayim Refuah Tenefesh Refuah Taguf Hashta Bagalav V'Zman Kariv V'Nomar Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless those who are ill, those whose names we have said or typed out loud. Of course, we are thinking of all of those who are suffering on this Shabbat from all kinds of disease, physical, mental, and spiritual, and especially those who are suffering from the coronavirus. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. Let us say Amen. So we're going to cover the Torah for just a moment and chant the blessings for Haftorah, and then read in the English this morning the Haftorah, because oftentimes we hear the Haftorah chanted in Hebrew. We don't know what's going on or what it says, and this is an important one. As we just said, this is Shabbat HaChodesh, the Shabbat of the month of Nisan, the month of Passover. As you know from your studies, there are many different types of New Years in the Jewish calendar, 4 basic ones, but the 2 majors are the first day of Nisan, which, as I mentioned, is coming up this Thursday, and we'll bless that new month in a moment. And then, of course, Rosh Hashanah. So what's the difference? Well, Rosh Hashanah is the head of the year, but the 7th month of the calendar, but it's called the head of the year. And I'm not going to go into it, but there are reasons for that. And the 1st of Nisan, next Thursday, is actually sort of like January 1st. It is the calendar year, which begins with the spring. So we read a special Haftorah portion. If you have your Bibles at home and you want to follow along, I'm just going to read a little bit of the English. Chapter 45, we are in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 45, and I'll be reading a little bit down into around verse 21 to show that even Ezekiel living, let's say, carry the 1 times pi plus 2. I'm sitting here with a guy with 2 PhDs in engineering. So if the Torah was around 1200, 1250, Ezekiel is living around the 6th century. Let's call it 550, we're among family. So he's living several hundred years later, and that would be 700 years later. He's living in Babylonia and preaching to the Israelites after the exile. Did I get that wrong? 700-ish? Yeah, plus or minus. So 700 years later, and he's speaking to a group who wants to go back nothing more than to the land of Israel. They want to come out of their exile, just like us, and they want to go back to Israel. And so one of the things that he talks about is how when they get back to Jerusalem, they will, of course, build the second temple and, among other things, celebrate in that temple for Pesach. So again, if you're following along, Ezekiel 45, and I'll read a little bit on around verse 21. If you'd like to follow along with the Haftorah Blessings, we are on 372 or 254. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratzav v'divrehem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo v'nviei emet v'tzedek. So here's what Ezekiel says. He says, the 14th day of the first month, that is this month of Nisan, shall be your Passover. And during the 7 days of festival, unleavened bread shall be eaten. On that day, let the prince provide a bull as purgation offering for himself and for all the common people. Let him present a whole burnt offering to the Eternal, each of the 7 days of the festival, consisting of 7 bulls, 7 rams without blemish, and a goat. Can't forget the goat. For each day of the purgation offering. For each bull and each ram, let him also provide an offering of the ephah of grain and a hin of oil. He must do the same thing on the festival beginning on the 15th day of the 7th month, that is the first full day of Pesach, providing the same purgation offering, whole burnt offering, meal offering, and oil for the 7 days. And then that grain offering will be given, of course, during the counting of what we call the Omer, which is the 49 days between that first day, the 15th day, and Shavuot. So this is still a tradition, although we don't have a temple to go to in Jerusalem to offer the other offerings. We do, however, still not physically bring grain offerings during the 49 days, but we do pray a special prayer for each and every day of the 49 days of the counting of the Omer between Pesach and Shavuot, still today. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol ha'olamim tzadik b'chol hadorot ha'el ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh ha'mdaber u'mkayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים והיום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. We're going to now take a moment to lift and redress the Torah and then ask for God's blessings on Rosh Chodesh Nisan. If you're following along at home and you'd like to read along with the prayer for Rosh Chodesh, which will be recited before we return the Torah to the Aron, it is on page 261 or 379. Please stand. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. לבנו וטהר לבנו וטהר לבנו ליבטך באמת וטהר לבנו וטהר לבנו וטהר לבנו ליבטך באמת יאללה 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 וטהר לבנו וטהר לבנו וטהר לבנו le'avtecha be'emet. Again, page 261 or 379. Yehiyu ratzon mefanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'lehei avotenu v'imotenu shitchadesh aleinu et hachodesh haba l'tova uvracha v'titen lanu chaim arukim chaim shel shalom chaim shel parnasa chaim shetehi vanu ahavat Torah v'yirat shamayim chaim shimalu misha'alot livnei l'tova. Amen. Our God, God of our ancestors, may the new moon bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, and prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. Rosh Chodesh Nisan, Yihiyeh Bayom Chamishi, Hu Hayom Chamishi. The new month of Nisan will begin on this coming Thursday. Yay, Nisan. Let's all turn to page 374 or 256 as we return the Torah to the Aron HaKodesh. Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki nizgav Shemo levado, hodo al eretz v'shamayim, vayaren keren le'amo, tehila lechol chasidav, livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's Chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheha darkeinu am v'chol netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chodesh, Chodesh Yameinu, Chodesh Yameinu kekedem. Please be seated. Just 2 or 3 quick announcements. As everyone knows, you can keep in touch with your CBI family and with our programs through our website and the emails that we'll be sending out. Of course, all of our classes will be via Zoom, Torah study, and I believe we have 1 or 2 more sessions left of Rabbi Cohen's class. That'll be on Zoom on Thursday evenings at 7. Rabbi Mason Barkin will be leading a virtual book club at 7 p.m. on April 1st. And for right now, our on-site programs are either being postponed or have been canceled, but we'll be sending out more information this coming week for some more Zoom-based activities and sessions for studying and so on and so forth. I want to thank Colleen and Jackie for being here. They did not have to, but I'm glad that they are. I'm glad that the live stream is working beautifully today. Thank you very much to our tech. And Jason, it's always great to be together. We're going to now conclude our service with Aleinu and with Kaddish. Aleinu can be found on page 586 or 282, and together let's stand. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם,
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגופי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו On this Shabbat, we share our deepest sympathies as we note the passing of the following people who were recently laid to their eternal rest, whose families observe Shiva and Shloshim, the immediate 7 and 30 days of mourning. Jean Fisher, David Kahn, Robert Tanzer, Pearl Serban Marr, Joyce Cohen, Edward Finger. On the Shabbat, we remember those as well of our congregational family whose Yahrzeits occur this week. Helen Amder, Jean Balaban, Samuel Bialek, Louis Cohen, Michael S. Corwin, Michelle Elizabeth Davis, Isaac Diamond, Emmanuel Finkelman, Erwin Flaster, Saul Geller, Bernard Goldman, Leonard Goldman, Jacob Gordon, Harry Granick, Carrie Hacken, Max Hill, Eddie Heimovich, Rose Siegel Jacobs, Gertrude Klein, Bill Lazarus, Tilly Levy, Harry Lyons, Harold A. Marks, Elizabeth Plotkin, Lillian Portnoy, Burton Punsky, Ismael Resnick, Masha Robbins, Louis Ross, Fanny G. Ruff, Hyman Rubenstein, Bernard Seff, Sylvia Sipe, Donald Shapiro, Laura G. Stoller, Caroline Sonnenschein, Doris Watchman, Leon Weingarten, George R. Weiss, Ralph G. Wilson. If anyone would like to share the name of a loved one, please feel free to type in the comments their name, and we will think of them as we are about to recite Kaddish. Mourner's Kaddish, page 294 or 598. Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may the memories of all of our loved ones be for a blessing. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach urutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'le'omei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekusha b'richu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to those of us who are grieving, as together we say,
Amen.
Anything to add, Jason?
No, we are missing being with all of you and looking forward to continuing our conversations online and eventually praying for the day when we will be back together in person.
Well said. Ein Kelohenu, 322 or 626. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Keloheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemalkeinu, Mi Kemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Well, let's hold up our imaginary Kiddush cups. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagaf. And hopefully you have one at home.
L'chaim, have a drink
And
for
hopefully
us.
it's real. And hamotzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom.